I'm just a typical average American here today to react and learn about cabin life in Norway. Cabin life. I learned about this not too long ago. I believe it's fairly common for Norwegians to own a cabin separate from their house, or a cottage or a cabin out in the wilderness, this slice of paradise, or at least Norwegians like to visit cabins. I don't know if you can rent one out or how long you vacation there, or I don't know what you're doing in these cabins, but it sounds very lovely and very nice. And if you own the cabins, that's just incredible for a whole different reason. It's like you own a whole other piece of real estate or something. But then again, Norway is pretty wealthy, a lot of people with a lot of extra income. Maybe a lot of Norwegians do own a cabin. I don't know. I still am not quite sure about how Norwegians are getting all their cabins, but apparently so many that you have a cabin life, that you like to live in Norway, and it's very important. So that's fascinating to me. That is not at all the culture in America. We don't make a plan to visit a cabin every season or every year. Or it's nice when it happens. It's great. Don't get me wrong. Americans will do something like that from time to time, but it's certainly not a thing. And in Norway, it sounds like it's a bit of a thing. So with that being said, I'm interested to learn more. Cabin life in Norway.
Hi, I'm Paul from Norway, and today I'm going to show you our Norwegian cabin.
Oh. Okay, this cabin is more... Is this a cabin? It's pretty big. Wow. In America, this is an entire house. This is not just a cabin. This is nice. But it looks more normal. It's not like those... When you search on Google for cabins, you get super fancy cabins. It's outrageous. And I'm sure there are some like that. But this is just nice. Cozy.
First, there are two words that are very important to know. One of them is hytte, which means cabin.
Hytte. Hytte? That's hard to say. Hytte? Sometimes I can't quite hear every little syllable in Norwegian. Maybe you gotta develop the ear for that a little bit. Hytte. Cabin.
And the other one is Hytteliv, which means...
Hytteliv? Hytteliv. Cabin life. Ha! Cabin life has its own word in Norwegian. That's it. That's cool. That's funny.
Means cabin life. Now, what does a Norwegian hytte look like? And what does Hytteliv mean to Norwegians? Let me explain.
Yeah.
The Norwegian hytte comes in many shapes.
I'm sorry. I'm going to be pausing a lot just because this right here would be reserved. This would be like a country getaway in America. This is special. This cabin on the water with the beautiful forest, this is special to me. And to think that a lot of Norwegians get to experience this is both beautiful and makes me a little jealous. Because I certainly have never really been to anything like that before.
Many shapes and sizes.
And that is beautiful. I mean, I'm a sucker for wooden buildings, wooden construction. So I love cabins. And these cabins are nice. And they're always on the most beautiful landscapes. Right by this river? How much would this cost? Yeah, I can't even focus on how beautiful it is because I'm just imagining the bill for how much this costs. In America, this would be like, you'd have to be very, very, very wealthy to have this. But it's amazing, of course.
You find them by the sea, up in the mountains, or out in the woods. Some are quite advanced, like a regular house, while others can be primitive shacks in the middle of nowhere.
That would be my cabin, right there. That's the one I could get. Probably still pretty fun.
Having a hytte and spending time at it is a big part of the Norwegian identity. Not everyone owns their own hytte, but normally someone in your family or some friends got one and might invite you on a hyttetur.
Hytteliv. Hytteliv. So, hytte are common enough that someone, you might have one, someone in your family might own one, or your friend might own one. Someone, somewhere that you know is going to own a hytte, and you're going to get to experience the cabin life in Norway, one way or another. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Trip to the cabin to enjoy some hytteliv, life at the cabin. My family's hytte is situated.
Maybe this is why another reason why Norwegians are very content and happy with their country, and Americans would be a lot more happy and less stressed if we had more Hytteliv going on.
Situated 2 hours east. My family's hytte is situated 2 hours east of Oslo, just next to a lake, and it looks like this.
It's cozy.
Our hytte has 3 bedrooms, so you can invite friends and family to stay over. There's a practical kitchen and a dining table next to a fireplace.
Wow.
There's a living room with a comfortable sofa and some chairs.
This is just like the coziest little place ever, man. And look at it. The property is what really amazes me as well. I guess the United States is so populated. So many people, 330 million. Whereas in Norway, there's only 5 million some people. I'm just imagining in America, this lake would be surrounded by like 100 cabins. But in Norway, it seems like your cabin has quite a bit of space. You get some separation from other people and other cabins that you don't get in America.
And also a second living room with big windows for a good view of the lake. Perfect for a rainy day.
Yeah.
In our cabin, we have electricity, but there's no plumbing here, so there's no running water.
Oh.
So we wash ourselves in water from the lake and bring drinking water in on these cans.
Okay. That's that's one thing Americans would complain about. Americans are very needy. And I would expect any cabin I rented in America to have running water. Just because Americans expect it. We expect all the amenities available. We're not lugging buckets of water from the lake inside. No. That's not the American way. Too much work.
From the lake and bring drinking water in on these cans. What I like about this hytte is that it's fairly basic, but it's comfortable. And I think that's something that's very important to many Norwegians.
This is basic? This is a basic hytte? That is crazy. This is really nice, in my opinion.
The peace and the quiet and the connection that you get to nature is one of the most important things of coming here.
Yeah.
Norwegians love these big platforms that I'm walking on here now. It kind of makes sense though, because when we're at the hytte, we want to spend as much as time possible outside. So we want a comfortable place to sit. So we not just build them along one wall of the cabin, but we build them around the cabin so that we can catch the angle of the sun throughout the day.
It's like a giant patio or a giant porch built all around to be one with nature, to enjoy nature. That is nice. Seriously, that is nice.
So we really spend a lot of time hanging out on these platforms. And if you're as lucky as we are, you also have a little platform leading down to the water where you can go for a swim.
Wow, and they have boats. Do hytte are they usually on water? Where you have a dock and boats and you can swim? That is crazy. It's like your own little vacation getaway. And to think that a lot of people in Norway have this, that is really special. Ah.
Since there's no plumbing, you need an alternative approach to a toilet. And in this cabin, there happens to be 2 options. The first option is an indoor incineration toilet, which burns the waste. The second
Oh, wow. I've never even heard of that. I've never heard of that. That'd be cool for like, there's stuff outdoors in the US that we should have those. I've never seen that. An incineration toilet burns it. Makes sense.
Second option is almost like a Norwegian icon. We call it for utedo, an outdoor toilet. It's usually placed around 40 to 50 meters away from the cabin.
Yes.
This is actually the toilet that I prefer. When you're done, you put some bark in the hole, and nature takes care of the rest.
Put some bark in it so it gets buried, sorta. We would call this an outhouse in the US, but then you would hire a truck or a company to come suck it all up in a hose and take it away. You wouldn't just bury it. But interesting. This is kind of a more natural version.
And you can enjoy a view of the forest.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different activities you can do at a cabin. Eating is one of them, and we always enjoy a good barbecue. Also, you can fish, hike, swim, meditate, play board games, and there are always some dishes that need to be cleaned.
Yeah, this is the stuff I'm familiar with when you do. Americans go camping and then you usually rent a cabin or something. That's the closest we get to Hytteliv. And it doesn't happen very often, but it gives you a chance to go on a hike or turn off the electronics and play a game or something, go swimming. So, yeah.
And in the late evening, we enjoy taking out our canoe and go for a little paddle on the lake.
Ooh. I mean, it's just so nice that you are on a lake. That's a whole... Man, that makes it a lot cooler that you have a boat and a lake.
For me, the most important thing is to read and relax and disconnect from the stressful life in the city and enjoy a good portion of some Norwegian hygge.
Yeah, Norwegians seem really good at knowing that humans need to decompress and relax from work and stress, and they really value that. They place that very highly. And the workplace understands that Norwegians need vacation, and Norwegians understand the value of a cabin and Hytteliv and reading and relaxing, and it's very healthy lifestyle, indeed.
All right, that's it for now. How does it compare to any of your cabin experiences? Feel free to leave a comment below. Also, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel.
Okay, very good. This was by Norway with Paul. I gotta give that a like. That was great. That was like the perfect little story about Hytte and what it's all about in Norway. Wow. What do the comments say? I'm amazed by the attention to details. I own a cabin, and it's shocking how well you capture the essence of Hytteliv. Yes. My favorite part of my first trip to Norway to visit family was our trip to their hytte. Yes. People really love this stuff, and I totally understand why. A nice peaceful place where one can relax and enjoy nature. Yes. Yes, yes. Most people here are just saying how awesome cabins are, especially how Norwegians do it. It is awesome. It's honestly just another great reason to visit Norway, or another great part of being Norwegian is taking advantage of this culture of cabin life, Hytteliv. It's fantastic. I mean, I don't know if Norwegians understand how many amazing little philosophies and things they do that are so smart, and like, it's just how the human experience should be in the modern world. That's the best way I can put it. I really like this, and I enjoyed this video. It was very calming, very, very pleasing. Made me a little jealous as well. I can't deny it. I wish we had more stuff like this in the United States, but you can find stuff like this to do, but it's certainly not a part of our culture. It's not. So this was cool to see. Anyway, if you thought this was cool as well, feel free to give this video a like or leave a comment. And if you're interested in more videos like this, me reacting to Norway, Norwegian culture, things, stuff in Norway that I've never seen before, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching, and see you next time.